Is recruiting a real career? Do you actually make good money on it, like for a long time, or is it just a fluke? Find out in this video and I'll tell you all about it. Hey, welcome to the Millionaire Recruiter. I'm Brianna Rooney, your Millionaire Recruiter. If you haven't yet seen this channel before, it is all about making you the next Millionaire Recruiter. Now, before we get into it, thank you guys so much. We did 800 subscribers just yesterday. Woo! So thank you. Make sure you always like and subscribe and share the love. All right, so today we're going to talk about, is recruiting a real career? Is it just a job? So I do think that there's a difference between jobs and careers. Careers you can make, lifetime money on, and well, jobs you're just kind of going by, floating by, and nothing quite serious or I think substantial comes from it. If you would have asked my parents 12 years ago if recruiting is just a job or a career, they would have actually absolutely said it's just a job. They didn't even really know what it was. I didn't even really know what it was. A lot of people use the term headhunter. That's totally fine. I don't know why we don't use that anymore, but we just use recruiter. Same thing. But yeah, it's absolutely a career. What's funny is I hired someone, 2 months ago, and she came up to me. She's right out of college, and she said, "Hey, thank you so much for having a YouTube channel and doing blogs and stuff like that." I go, "You're welcome." I didn't even think she knew, right? And she said, "Yeah, I was trying to tell my parents of the new job that I'm going forward on, and they asked me, so is this just like a phase?" I started laughing and I'm like, that's exactly what my parents said. No, it's not a phase, it's a career, and it's an amazing opportunity. It's a really cool industry. So how in the world do you make it a career? How do you make some serious money, and how do you keep going? That's what this channel is all about. That's what the millionairerecruiter.com is all about. I'm here to pay it forward. So I wanted to make sure that I pave the way and you understand where you're going, what direction, how to do it. So first of all, how do we get paid? The company pays us, the client pays us. Now you probably know that, but where does that money come from? Does it come from the candidates? Nope. I wish. No, the candidate doesn't pay you, and it does not come out of the candidate's salary. The company has a completely separate giant budget for recruiters and hiring, because the most expensive thing a company can embark on is hiring. Not only because it's extremely time consuming, but it's also because, they do job postings. They have to actually have their current employees take off their time at work in order to interview and get this done. So can you imagine if you're having, 2 months of interviews, you still can't find the right person? How many woman hours, is that really handling? And that just goes into salary, because you can't pay people a certain amount of money to really just interview. Then that's what's been happening lately. So that's why recruiters and headhunters are so incredibly important, that we try to, really go above and beyond in order to really save companies time. Time is money, money is time. Okay, cool. So what's really exciting is when you're talking to a client, new client, or even, on a quarterly basis, this is really important. You're gonna say, okay, you wanna hire X amount of people. What's your budget? What is the salary bands? When you say salary bands, you're basically asking, what can you pay this person? Minimum to maximum, right? You need to know all these things. But separate from that is you can ask, what's your recruiting budget? Now, that does not mean what fee they're willing to pay you, but companies actually know how much money they have dedicated every single year, most likely every quarter, dedicated to just paying you, the recruiter. And so the way that works is you're going to get a percentage of the person's salary, first year salary only, that you place. So, companies, I would say industry standard, depending on what industry you are in, is about 20 to 30% of the person's first year salary. Not bonuses, not equity, although if you can get equity, get it, if it's promisable, right? But yeah, so not any of the other perks, it's just salary. And there has been lots of times where candidates say, well, I'm gonna go around you because then they're not gonna pay the recruiting budget, therefore they're gonna have bigger budget for me as an individual. Not true at all. Maybe way back in the day, like 10 years ago when I don't know, I started 12 years ago, a long time ago. Maybe that was true and maybe that was a thought process. That is just not true anymore. Companies have a dedicated budget. So when you have a salary range that companies are willing to stay in, that is very much researched, not only on the market, but company-wide. Because think about it like this. Do you really think that they're going to have tons of different people at the same level at all sorts of salaries? No, because it is not illegal to talk about salaries amongst colleagues. I don't technically believe in that, by the way, but it's okay. You can fully, at work, talk about your salary. And so there's going to be a lot of issues if they're not within certain boundaries and certain lines based off of really what the person's bringing to the table and how much experience they have. So yes, you can make a lot of money at this career, that job, and yes, you can keep going forward and forward and forward in many, 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 many years to come. And there's lots of different avenues you can go in recruiting, and you can stay just, you know, a dedicated individual contributor, an IC forever and still make really great money. And then think about that, you can just retire earlier, or you can go into all sorts of different paths, management, own recruiting firm, so on and so forth. So yeah, absolutely. Enjoy this career. Now you have to have the fundamentals of recruiting in order to soar, and you're gonna be constantly learning, constantly changing, constantly training. I'm still, after 12 years, training and changing. So yeah, you just have to make sure that you're really cognizant of what's going on with the market, with your industry, and you know, just be self-aware. Whole other subject, but all right. Now, if you have any questions, like, subscribe, you know, do all that cool stuff, and do not forget that money is just a vessel that gets you to where you want to go in your life and do all the amazing things you want to do. So go get it, have fun with this recruiting career, and I can't wait to hear from you.